A successful retirement plan should involve three super important steps. And while investments are important, they're not the most important out of these three steps. Yet so many people lead with investments when it comes to their retirement plan, both DIYers and financial advisors alike. And it's easy to understand why. We spend our whole careers saving up in 401ks and IRAs, so we're laser focused on what our money is invested in that's getting us to that retirement age. But in this video, I'm going to explain why the first two steps are arguably more important. Hey everyone, if we haven't met yet, my name is Jake Scalhorn. I'm a certified financial planner. I own Spark Wealth Advisors, which is a wealth management firm here in Jacksonville, Florida, where we help people retire with confidence and clarity. If this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on all the future videos. I typically post about twice a week on retirement related topics. So the first step in planning for your retirement is to identify your goals. So you might hear this a lot, but identifying your goals is really the beginning step because you need to know where you're going. Think of this as going on a road trip. You need to know your destination before you leave the house. So retirement goals would include things like when you want to retire, so what age you want to be, how much you want to spend in retirement, what you want to do in your retirement. So not just the monetary aspect of it, but what you want to do to lead a fulfilling retirement. Travel more, spend time with family is the common one, but really identify what you want to do with your retirement and set those goals. And again, it goes beyond just how much you want to spend. I'm going to bring up a couple other examples of what type of goals that we work on with our clients and talk through as part of our process. So here we have Kevin and Katie, a couple clients that we work with. You might have recognized them from another video, obviously not their real names, but here's a bit of background on their goals. So in addition to their retirement age of 67 and 65, that's when they hope to retire. That's where we start to kind of build their plan around. They want to spend about $8,000 per month ideally. That's just on their basic discretionary expenses. We also factor in separate budgets for healthcare expenses as well as long-term care. So these are all considered other financial goals. But we also, talk to them more about really what they want to do with their money to get the most out of it while they're retired. So Kevin is a big car guy. He wants to buy a new truck when he retires. So we'll see if that kind of is in the cards for him. They both want to travel. So for the first 10 years or so of their retirement over here, they want to spend about $15,000 a year just on travel alone. So that's in addition to their retirement expenses. They also want to leave a legacy to their kids if they can. So they have two kids that they want to leave a small nest egg to. And then, other things like paying for their kid's wedding, and then other things like home renovations. So they want to renovate their pool in a few years. So they're setting aside a different goal for that. So again, step number one is to just really define your goals you have for retirement, not only on the monetary side, but on the fulfillment side, the lifestyle side. What is going to bring you the most fulfillment in retirement? Second step in any successful retirement plan is the planning step itself. So determining the feasibility of your goals and how to reach them. So if you're not retired yet, this would include how much you need to save up in order to reach those goals, to retire at that given age, to spend as much as you'd like to. Determining the long-term likelihood that plan is going to work out. It's also being flexible if market conditions or economic conditions don't work in your favor. If things like tax rates increase or you live longer than expected, Social Security claiming strategies, tax efficient withdrawal strategies, this is all part of that planning aspect. Again, to get the most out of your money and really determine the feasibility of reaching those goals that we set in step one. So think of step two, the plan, as your GPS, your turn-by-turn directions from getting from point A to point B. Definitely want to emphasize that planning is an ongoing process. So rather than just looking at a map before you leave the house and leaving that map at home, obviously it's going to be more beneficial to have that GPS guiding you every step of the way. So planning, in my opinion, again, is probably the most important step, and being open to adjustments as time goes on throughout your retirement to make sure that you're adapting and making your money go as far as it can for you. And step three is obviously your portfolio. So again, investments are definitely an important part of your retirement plan, but in context here, I think they're not as important as the other two. The reason why is because it's been found that over 90% of your returns can be attributed to just your investment allocation, so your mix of stocks and bonds in your portfolio, not necessarily what individual securities you have, like stocks or which ETFs you own, but that allocation is the main driver of your returns. So while we do have a very thought out investment process and philosophy, at least at our firm, we don't put too much emphasis on what we can't control. So the stock market, we obviously have no control over, but we can have a plan for if it goes down or if it increases more than we expect, we can possibly increase spending to make sure that you're dying with more money than you started with, which is a common outcome for people who follow rules of thumb like the 4% rule, which I'll cover in another video. But while investments are important, they should align first with your goals and your plan, and they shouldn't be the first thing that you lead with, whether, again, you're a DIY investor or you're working with a financial advisor. The portfolio should match those first two steps to make sure that you're reaching your goals and your plan is in place accordingly. So hopefully that maybe shed a new light on how you look at your retirement planning process overall, give you a different perspective that it's not always about the investments, it is about the destination and how you get to that destination. So step 2, again, I did discuss how the plan is probably the most important part and planning for those what if scenarios. I did another video recently where I discussed how you can plan for certain what if scenarios like higher taxes or a cut in Social Security benefits. If you want to watch that video, you can check it out now.